If this is the first time you're clicking on one of our videos, where have you been? But it dawned on me, you actually might not know. 100 inches. Why are you doing this? Well, if you go all the way back to our intro video, it's getting tons, folks. I want to push the axles a little bit. If you're an early Bronco person, you know it only has 92-inch wheelbase. This one's actually 93 technically right now. I'd like to get it close to 100 if possible. I said the old man's getting tons, folks. We're putting tons on it. I said in that video it's going to Dana 60 in the front and Dana 60 in the rear. Lied. Snow Fighter Dana 60 still going in the front. GM 14 bolt going in the rear. I want an extended wheelbase. How am I going to do that? Well, there's multiple ways to do it, but in this video, we're going to show you how we're moving the axle back and what we're doing to prepare for that. The axles themselves are already at the axle shop. Told you we were putting tons on the old man.
Go right here.
We're heading there to drop it off with our axle guy. That's a GM 14 bolt. Calm down, Ford guys. I believe Bluetooth, but it's cheap.
Hey, come on. It's not like you guys don't have the disc brake conversion.
That's a fact. That is a Dana 60 Kingpin axle off a 78-79 known as a Snow Fighter. So we're dropping these off today. Old man should be ready here soon with tons and 40s. They're getting built. 538s, air lockers front and rear. Gonna be bad to the bone on 40s. I'm super excited about that. But today we're gonna show you how we built a custom fuel tank, which allows us to push that 14 bolt farther back to hopefully get us at minimum 100-inch wheelbase. You know what my favorite part about Broncos is? None of them are the same. You can go to Super Sale, you can go to a car show, you can see all these kinds of Broncos. None of them the same. Well, the old man. You know why it's named the old man? Here's a quick story. Because of him. That's my old man. Not really, but yes, he's my old man. Him and I built this Bronco, we'll say years ago now, in his shop. I couldn't figure out what to name it. Well, old man, he's kind of grumpy. Not really. This Bronco is definitely grumpy. So old man, that's why it's named it. We're throwing this brand new fuel cell into our early Bronco. This fuel cell is custom built, so we can push the axles back, keep the fuel cell up underneath it. 2 thumbs up on that. So we have 2 really smart friends. One's JD and one's Mike. Between the 2 of them, they brainstormed, drew this up, bam, here it is. How did we do it? Well, besides the CAD drawing and all that kind of stuff, what does it have in it? So this is a late model F-150 fuel pump. You can get it anywhere, O'Reilly's, AutoZone, whatever your parts choice is. You break down or have a fuel pump failure, you can just go get, I think this one specifically is a 14 or 13 F-150 fuel pump. After that, we took the toner or the ring, smashed it in there, all done, right? Dave came in with the brains, started figuring out how we're going to wire it, and then how we're going to get our fuel to it, and I'll let him tell you about what we did to that.
So in putting this all together, I found out there were some problems with the way the wire color code was, so I had to do a little bit of revamping on the plugs, and then decided that I was going to make it easier for us in the future, and I put the weatherhead fittings on it so that if we have to pull this again, we just unplug it and we go. To get it easier to go in and out of this, and we're just about ready to go. We're going to use these new quick disconnect plugs that go on for the fuel on the out and the in. 3/8 for the out, 5/16 for the end, and they'll just snap right on like they do in the new stuff. And so next time we have to pull this tank, we just unhook it and go.
All right, Pops. So if they're at home and they're wiring this into their early Bronco, correct me if I'm wrong, you've taught me wiring, but what I understand is you have a ground, you have a negative, you have a sending unit, which is going to tell you how much fuel's in there, and then you obviously have to have power to all this.
Correct. So the fuel pump is the red and the black, and they weren't correct in here plug-in. So I had to take it apart, move the wires, put it back together. You can do this if you have the right tools and stuff. It's pretty simple. So the red and the black are the power and the ground for the pump itself, and then the yellow and the brown are yellow and black. Yellow is the feed from the gauge in your dash.
Yellow.
Feeds right back to it. Of course, it has to have a ground also because of the plastic fuel pump. But you guys it's not that hard. Just make sure that before you put it all together, you check the wire coloring and stuff. Make sure that your output is the same, and then you can wire it all up and you're ready to go.
What I've learned is if you simplify it and understand, and you've taught me this, that almost everything has a power and a ground, right? So throw those to the side. We know that we need that. Then it's just really matching up colors and understanding what you do. So if you're afraid of wiring like I was, just simplify it. Write us a message. Pops can respond. I'm going to put him to work here. If you have a question, we will try to help you. Probably want his help more than mine, but we can figure it out. The only other thing I want to add is, and bring the people up here real quick, this fuel pump worked really well for us. I've mentioned multiple times, if you watch our videos, we have a ProFlow by Elderbrock system. That means we have fuel leaving the fuel cell, but we also have to get fuel coming back, and that's why this pump works. If you look here, we have fuel out and then a return line in. It worked perfect for us. I think Pops is going to explain what the quick disconnects are going to do for us, though.
So the other nice thing about this pump is it's got all the fittings and stuff on it. If you really wanted, you didn't have the breather, that we could put it right here in the tank. And you could actually use these quick connect hoses and stuff to do all of that. We've put the new weatherhead fittings and stuff on it so that next time it's just plug and play. And so all we'd have to do is unplug it, pull the tank, plug it back in. Same with the fuel lines. These are typical for that are on the newer Ford F-150s. They'll plug in. We have the tools to remove them, and we'll just adapt them to the lines we already have. So we're going to make this thing a quick in, quick out, so that if that ever happens again, boom, we're done.
We're going to show you guys how to do that today. So you're probably wondering, where did you get this skid plate from? Well, the fact of the matter is there was nothing wrong with the fuel cell we had. We had the Wild Horses M1A1. It's awesome. It's just big, and in our instance, we're making it smaller. So we took the skid plate, Pops cut it up, re-welded it to make it fit this. Pretty awesome, huh? I'm not taking a nap.
Pardon me, but it's nap time.
I'm underneath the Bronco. Pops mentioned earlier that he had already wired these in, so it's quick disconnect. So we want to show you guys that, right? Again, power to the fuel pump and the sending unit. So in theory, in the future, if we ever have an issue, quick disconnect.
So we've got it about halfway up in the hole. I'm going to go ahead and get the wires and stuff hooked up that we've mounted in here, and we'll get ready to, we're going to have to end up putting the two hoses for the pump right up in here, and then we'll get the other main hoses that are right here and that have to go into the tank as soon as we get the tank way up where we want it. And see how good my wiring on my connectors and stuff really is when I plug them in together. These weatherhead fittings are made to just kind of snap in place. Okay, there's the fuel pump, and here's the sending unit. And wow, we're together. We'll tie this up later. Now we've got to do our hoses and stuff where we're going to plumb in for the fuel lines, for the return and for the pressure lines. They're going to come in right here and plug back into the pump.
Take two. It's not the weekend anymore. This is custom stuff, guys. We figured out it wasn't going to work. Over the last 2 days, Pops and I have been on the search for these fittings. So we changed it up. These fittings now you can get from Dorman. We'll give you the part numbers in the description of the video here. One's a 3/8 to 3/8. That's for the fuel going to the motor.
Correct.
One's a 5/16 to 3/8. That's for the return fuel line. Then we went to just high pressure PSI. So we have to adapt this from the fuel pump to the old man's original fuel lines. Then we're going to fill it with fuel. Then we're going to put the battery on and turn the key on. And you're going to see if him and I are going to be cussing because it's leaking or not.
Most of you will realize that Pops is a tool junkie.
Is that a black guy?
So when they come out with nice pliers and stuff to release all of the new connectors, I kind of pick them up. If it hadn't have been for these, we'd be dropping the fuel tank again. We've got it all ready to go. I'm going to put the new connector on the line from the fuel pump out. It's the 3/8. These are the ones we had to find over the last couple of days. So I'm going to put this connector on. We have to use the high pressure fuel injection type clamps. I've got it all ready to go. I'm going to put it on and just pop it right back onto the fuel tank. So we're just going to press it on. These are the high tension strength clamps for fuel injection lines because we got high pressure now. She's all ready to go. And that's all there is to it.
Pops just did the pressure line. Same process on the return line. 3/8 to 3/8 adapter. We're going to put this in the existing return line we have now. And I'm going to put the clamp on it like you just saw. I know. I made the old man get up. I'm sorry. So mean to him. He abuses me, kicks me, punches me, pinches me. I got the return line. I'm going to feed it back up to Pops. He's going to plug it into the pump. After that, we will fill it with fuel. When I mean fill it, it'll get a gallon because that's what I got here right now. We'll turn the key. We'll get fuel pressure, and then let's hope we don't have any leaks. Anybody actually like these EPA things?
No.
No. See how much I spill. We probably have 1.5 gallons in there. That's more than enough to submerge the pump. We're going to turn the key on. The pump should come on. We'll check our fuel pressure. We need to check for leaks in a couple spots because remember, this is a brand new motor. So, Pops, you check the back. I'm going to check the front. Okay, nothing there. The front looks good. Come on over here, people. I'm going to show you what we're talking about. It's a little low on pressure at the moment. That's no problem. We can adjust all that. This is the feed side, right? It comes all the way from the tank into my fuel pressure regulator, out the regulator, into the Edelbrock system, which then fires to the injectors. The return line is on the bottom. We're not going to see nothing coming out of the return line because we're just feeding fuel pressure into it at the moment. How's it look back there, Pops?
Looking good. I don't see any drips, no runs, nothing.
We are good. Real soon in a different video, this engine's going to get fired for the first time. That's a key because this is a solid lifter engine. So when we fire it for the first time, we have to bring it up to 2,000 RPMs and hold it for 20 minutes to break the cam in. We don't want leaks because Pops is going to be running around here with a circle trying to put all the leaks out while this engine is running. Big thumbs up. New fuel tank for the win. I still don't know how big it is. Once we get this running, we'll go down to the gas station. We'll fill it up. We'll let you guys know. Guys, you got to see us do a custom tank in the old man. Everything on these Broncos is different. Your Bronco at home could be different. The frame could be different. They're not supposed to be here still. We've abused these Broncos. So understand that if you're following what we did step by step, yours could be just a little different than ours. But shout out to Mike and JD for drawing this up and making this happen. We're one step closer to taking this Bronco and dropping it off at the axle guy. The engine's pretty done. I just need to put a radiator in it, and transmission's back in. Everything's together on that. We got a little bit of console work to do, but honestly, we're about 4 or 5 hours worth of work. The old man will be making noise again, so we might make the Stampede. Be close. What happened to you, old man?
Oh, the old man there beat up on me today. So anyway, I was told years and years ago by a fellow that built the old Ford F-100s that it doesn't matter. Everyone is different. You just do what you got to do to get the job done.
Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I love making videos with him and get to spend a little bit of time with him. And it's been a good day in the shop for us. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.
Please like. Please follow.
Please subscribe.